Hi all. So a while ago I was working on a vent adapter for my Triumph Stag. The center vent sits in the middle of the dash, and I had installed a vintage air conditioning unit and heater. The challenge I had was that the back of the vent, this big square space, did not have a matching adapter connector from the vintage air unit. So I scanned the vent itself, and from there I produced a vent adapter. Um, I printed this in ABS, and I essentially was really pleased with the result. It fit exactly, and I was able to then just connect the vintage air to the back of this unit without having to bodge anything up or modify the original part. So first off, just say that this was a really quick scan. I didn't need mega exacting details as long as the broad dimensions were accurate, and you can see I managed to get into the vent holes and the louvers. Got all where the pins were and the nuts and bolts, and even here you can see where there was a little plastic ridge which I was able to model in, and it fit honestly perfectly. So I was really chuffed with this scan. I know there are cleaner scans around, but the interesting part of this particular vent is if we look at some of these pictures. This is the vent itself. You can see it's shiny black plastic and painted bits of metal, and there's not a lot of details on it for the scanner to get hold of, and I was concerned that the scanner would not really pick up the details well because of the shininess. So what I used was some hairspray, which is what you can see, this little bit of white that's still on there. That then dries into like a powder to just dull the surface a little bit. And honestly, they printed up really well. As a result of that, this is the Stag that it's going in. I was approached by a client recently to see if I could help him do an adapter for the inside of his dash. Now he has a different air conditioning unit that comes up to 2 pipes, and this is what he had originally behind his dash, which is obviously pretty messy. There's not a lot of space. That's how the end met into the actual vent, and you can see it's not very neat, and it meant that the actual vent itself didn't quite sit flush as it's supposed to, and you can see again the design. So taking the original scan that I did and modifying the vent that I created previously, which is here, I chopped a section off, and to create a smooth transition inside, I created the 2 funnels so that the hoses can attach, and they will hopefully flow pretty nicely into their infusion and end up with a pretty good result. Unfortunately, my printer has a problem with the bed, so I'm just waiting on some parts before I print it. But I've had good success with prints before. This one will be an ASA. I just generally prefer ASA over ABS these days. And yeah, you can see the end result. But I guess one of the key things was it wouldn't have been possible without my Otter Light, which is a great little scanner. I could get a better result than this, but this was sufficient for what I needed. So look, I hope you enjoy this little clip and see the kind of work that I'm doing, and also how you can modify from a simple design like this, which was a single vent, into something that's custom to meet the requirements of my customer. You can see there's the 2 hose adapters there, or from the air conditioning unit, and end up with a solution that means that the original vent will look factory fresh and how it was meant to be, but still have the convenience of a nice air conditioning unit. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.